Hey everyone, I'm back. Wait, something feels off. Holy shit, I have a face!
So, I'm reviewing an episode of Friendship is Magic, a show that I once before said that I would never review because, well, there's too many goddamn critics in the Brony community. So, why am I doing it now?
Because I want to.
Besides, for all I know, there could be a community review that's just as large for something like Steven Universe or Gravity Falls. So I said fuck it and took Friendship is Magic off of the We'll Never Review list.
So now that list only includes Food Fight and the Bendy episode of Foster's.
So with that, let's take a look at this episode, the 100th episode of Friendship is Magic, Slice of Life. Anyways, let's begin. It starts with Cranky and Matilda, two characters from a single episode of Season 2, talk about how they're going to get married soon. But uh-oh, turns out that the wedding invitations are a day early, so they have to move everything to today.
You told me you could do it for half what the others charge, and then you sent invitations to every pony in town with the wrong date.
Muffin?
Hey, lay off her. Yes, this is mostly her fault, but neither of you noticed the date was wrong until now.
Hold on. Here's my D20 because you really need to roll a perception check.
So Derpy, yes, I know in the credits they refer to her as Muffins, I don't care, talks to Dr. Hooves about what happens, and he takes her to his lab.
They're pretty.
Ah, yes, my flameless fireworks. I never could quite figure out how to get them to ignite.
He runs out because he needs to get his suit tailored, though Rarity isn't in her shop, so he asks Final Scratch for help, and she brings him to a bowling alley of all places, where we get these three characters, who are apparently a reference to The Big Lebowski, a movie that I have never seen, so let's just move on. We move to outside where a bunch of the secondary and background characters are watching the main characters.
Do we know what they're on about? The way they're huddled up like that, I'd say it's either a friendship problem or a monster attack. A monster attack? Blast! I'm performing at the ceremony this afternoon, and I still haven't sorted out what to play. How am I meant to practice with a monster invading Ponyville? Maybe it's just a friendship problem, and it'll all be cleared up in a half an hour or so.
Anyways, some sort of bee bear thing shows up. Yes, I know they refer to it as a bugbear, but that is not a fucking bugbear. This is. Anyways, while the main six fight the so-called bugbear, Matilda gets help from a background character whose name I don't remember.
I feel so bad about the invitations. Is there anything I can do?
Though when Derpy tries to get them, apparently they don't have them, so she comes up with a different solution. Now we cut to Lyra and Bonbon.
Matilda said we needed this place ready by today. I was a little nervous. With you by my side, I knew we'd get it done in time. There is nothing like a best friend, is there? Anything's possible when you know some pony as well as we know each other.
Wow, they just gave more lesbian hints in 17 seconds than Legend of Korra did in 4 seasons.
What was that? There's some monster attacking Ponyville or something. What is it this time? A creature from the Everfree Forest? I think it's some sort of bugbear. Did you say bugbear? It found me! What are you talking about, Bonbon? My name isn't Bonbon. It's Special Agent Sweetie Drops. I work for a super secret anti-monster agency in Canterlot. Or at least I did until the bugbear went missing from Tartarus a few years back. What are you talking about? When it escaped, we had to shutter the whole agency. Every last shred of evidence of the organization's existence was destroyed. Celestia demanded complete deniability. What? It was me who captured the bugbear. I had to go deep cover here in Ponyville and assume the name Bonbon. I never thought it'd be able to track me, but now it has.
Is this a reference to some fanfic? This feels like a reference to some fanfic.
Are you saying our whole friendship was based on a lie? I'm sorry, Lyra. I couldn't tell you for your own protection. But the lunches, the long talks, the benches we've sat on, none of that was real? It was all real. You're my very best friend. I've gotta go find a crowd to blend into before I put you in danger. I'll see you at the wedding. Fine, but we're gonna talk about this later!
We cut back to the bowling alley.
Doc! I finally figured out how I can help! Your flameless fireworks look just like flowers! I'll use them for the wedding!
Great wickering stallions! Wait! Wait! The flameless fireworks are extremely volatile! Without knowing what the trigger is, they could go off at any moment! My word, is that a bugbear?
Then in the spa, Matilda meets Stephen Magnet.
A character from one scene in the second episode of the entire series. Huh.
He calms her down, only to make her even more worried than before. And now we cut to Vinyl and Octavia, where after a one-sided talk, they have a jam session that, well, it sounds decent enough. It feels like filler. But hey, I will give the show credit, they put more effort in this dubstep than some actual dubstep artists. The jam session ends and it leads to driving this thing where they collect more and more background characters along the way, and then this happens.
What is life? Is it nothing more than the endless search for a cutie mark? And what is a cutie mark but a constant reminder that we're all only one bugbear attack away from oblivion? And what of the poor gator, flank forever blank, destined to an existential swim down the river of life to an unknowable destiny?
I have no words.
They all end up landing at the ceremony, and we see Celestia and Luna.
What do you mean you left it on the counter? I thought you were bringing it. Oh, well, this is just wonderful. I handled the gift for Cadence and Shining Armor. You were supposed to do this one, remember? Well, we can't just come to this wedding empty-hoofed.
Wow, they have them acting like actual siblings other than just co-rulers. Can we get this Celestia and Luna more often? Anyways, Lyra and Bonbon make up, and then Dr. Hoof shows up wearing a long scarf.
Allons-y!
Subtle.
Dippy then closes the door on the main six, and the ceremony starts.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join these two in matrimony. As I look around this room, I can only imagine how uncomfortable Cranky must be. But I also see so many ponies from all trots of life, brought together by love. Cranky searched all across this great land of ours to find Matilda. And no matter what obstacles kept them apart, love would finally bring them together, just as it has brought all of us together now. It's remarkable to me how a story like Cranky's search for Matilda could fill this room with such a unique collection of ponies. It makes you realize that every pony is the star of their own story. And it's not just the main characters in our stories that make life so rich. It's every pony. Those who play big parts, and those who play small.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you there, Cyber 6, but are we not going to get an explanation why there's a random changeling there? No? Well, I guess we could just assume he's there for the food.
Maya pronounces them husband and wife, and then the flameless fireworks go off.
Of course! They need love to ignite! How could I have missed it?
Oh yes, because it was so obvious. How could you have possibly missed that?
We cut to outside where Twilight has a line, and the episode ends.
Well, that was Slice of Life, and how do I put this?
If you're a fan of the show, then this is pretty much the biggest love letter that the show staff could possibly give. And while it is appreciated, the episode by itself is just okay. While I do like the idea of an episode from the point of view of the background characters, it does feel kinda unfocused with it jumping between all of them. And since this episode is a love letter to the fans, I don't think people who aren't familiar with the show will get much out of it, since they clearly won't get any of the references and in-jokes. Though, to be fair, if you're new to watching the show, episode 100 isn't really the best place to start anyways.
Very well. I'll try your straight technique.